on raining. Levee's going to break. No, I don't own the rights to the music. No, no, no. But the lead singer of the band that was playing that does. So YouTube, but I played it right off the YouTube channel. So please, YouTube, don't bust out the rusty fist with a twist. I'm already hurting enough nowadays. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and review. No, I didn't go back in time and go see Led Zeppelin, and they're not touring right now. But I did go see Robert Plant and Alison Krauss here in the Vegas Valley at the Pearl Theater at the Palms. Smaller venue, which you know I like the smaller venues. About 2,500 people. It was loaded. It was awesome. Crowd was really good. They did have an old opening act, so we're going to get right into the review. The opening act was a guy I'd never heard before. It was him and his guitar, electric guitar. He played on stage for about 30 minutes and sung and played. His name was J.D. McPherson. He was pretty good. You know, nice little opener for the show. And then once Robert Plant and Alison Krauss comes out, and they have a 5-piece band, you look off to the right, who's playing guitar? J.D. McPherson. So I was like, man, this guy's pulling double duty here tonight. That's cool. Because he already come out and played for a half hour, just him by himself. Nobody else was out there on stage with him at all. And so now he's out there with the band and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, we're going to give a little shout out to some of the other members also in this band that Robert Plant and Alison Krauss had together. They're a fabulous band. Pretty much also I want to mention that Victor Krauss is the keyboard player, who is Alison Krauss's brother. So that's how he's in the band. You know, he knew Alison, of course. Easy plug. There you go. He could play keyboards. Play them. They have Jay Bellarose, who plays the drums. There's another guy named Dennis Crouch, and I want to mention him. He plays bass, but he's also played for bands like Greg Allman, Johnny Cash, Elton John, John Mellencamp, even Willie Nelson. And there's like a total of like between 40 to 45 bands that he's either appeared with on an album or went on tour with at some point in time in his career, either for like a couple of years or even just a couple of months. But this guy has played in a lot of different bands, which just goes to show he's not only been around a long time, but he's obviously really good at what he does, unless that many bands wouldn't have much of an interest in the guy at all. But I mean, that's pretty cool that he's been able to do what he's done in his career. He kind of floats under the radar. I've never even really heard of the guy until I started to review this. Another guy named Stuart Duncan, he plays your string instruments. He's going to play the fiddle, the banjo, guitar, the mandolin throughout the show. And like I said, of course, you know, you had J.D. McPherson out there again, and he's a really good guitarist. Also, I forgot to mention this show was just last Wednesday. So it's the 20th right now. It was the 14th of June. And, you know, so just 6 days ago, we seen this show. Forgot to mention that date. And plus, man, I almost forgot. I got so deep into the start of it, I forgot to explain, hey, we're doing episode 7 right here of, hashtag we still got more rockin' to do, bitch, in which I forgot to sing you all the theme song, which I know you're probably shitting your pants right now going, why hasn't he sung the goddamn theme song yet? And I'm sorry about that. I completely forgot. I'm not going to edit because I don't edit jack shit. But I will do the theme song now. We still got more rockin' to do, bitch. I think it's that cha that really sets it apart from other songs. It's like just a decent song with the line. But you get that cha in there at the end. It's #1 hit in like Guatemala or something like that, I think. Anyway, I was getting off track. Sorry. Let's go ahead and get into the set list. It's a kind of a fun set list too, because we're gonna have a mix of being Robert Plant. It's mainly his his baby that he kind of got here, and Alison's kind of included in there. So it's gonna be a lot of like Zeppelin tunes, or even maybe some Robert Plant solo tunes. So we're gonna get into some. Now, some of the bands they were covering are not going to be like a lot of mainstream, commercial tunes or commercial bands even. So I'm not going to get into some of the bands of some of these songs that they're covering. I'm just going to kind of just name the song and float past it. Once I get to a song that I feel is worth mentioning, I'm going to stop. I'll tell a little story about it and we'll move on. All right, first a couple of songs. They start off with a song called Rich Woman. And then they went right into a song called Quattro. Then they kind of do a little introduction, like, hey, how you doing tonight, kind of thing. And then they play a song that one of my favorite bands called The Who played on the Live at Leeds album called Fortune Teller. It's actually done by a guy named Benny Spellman was the actual guy who originated the song. But I didn't know that. I thought it was a Who song because, I'm just some dumb guy. And so I thought it was a Who song because I heard The Who do it first, so it was a Who song to me. And on Live at Leeds, they tear it up. It's awesome. And here at the show, Robert Plant and Alison Krauss did a really good job. And the band, like I said, the band is phenomenal that they have aligned with them. The next song is Price of Love, which was an Everly Brothers song. So anybody who knows Everly Brothers, or like if you've seen a lot of movies, they'll have this song kind of being played in the background sometimes, or even the main part of the movie. And then, of course, finally they get into a Zeppelin tune, Rock and Roll, from the album Zeppelin 4, or Zoso, is what some of y'all call it. Whatever you want to call it, the fourth studio album of Led Zeppelin. Rock and Roll, badass. They did a hell of a job this night. It was awesome. Then they did a Page Plant song from whenever they were doing their stuff later on in the later years called Please Read the Letter. Then they did a song called High and Lonesome. Last Kind Words Blues, which was pretty good because they kind of went off on like a little jam right in the middle of it. It was a pretty good, nice tune. And the next song was called You Led Me to the Wrong, and then Trouble with My Lover. And then he went ahead and did a Robert Plant original from the early 80s, I'm in the Mood. Some of you might remember that. I'm in the mood for a melody. I'm in the mood, So they did that song right into a song called Matty Grooves. And then to finish up, kind of like that little trio package, they finished it up with Gallows Pole off the Led Zeppelin 3 album, which is a really good Zeppelin tune. It even became a hit later on when Page Plant were doing their kind of, I think it was Unplugged or Unleaded, I think is what they called it. And they put out a single of Gallows Pole kind of updated at that time, and it was a kind of a big hit for them again. It was, people were buying it and stuff. It was a good seller. And then the 12th song that they did was called Can't Let Go. Then another hardcore Zeppelin classic, The Battle of Evermore, which was pretty cool. Then into the next song, which was When the Levee Breaks, which is a song that I kind of introed the show on. And the reason why I want to stop on this song especially, they do a little jam right in the middle of it, When the Levee Breaks, and Alison Krauss kind of leans into Robert Plant. Of course, we can't hear what they're saying. That's why she leaned into him, so nobody can hear what they're saying. And then she leaves, and she did not return. So I don't know what happened. I've tried to research it. I don't know what happened for sure. I do know in 2013 she was diagnosed with dysphonia, which has several different vocal cord issues with it, which probably makes it to where it's limited to her to be able to sing for long stretches, maybe. I don't know for sure, but I'm just guessing. Do your own research if you want to. But also, it also causes hoarseness in her voice, and maybe it kicked in that night. I don't know for sure. I'm not, like I said, I'm still trying to research what happened exactly. I mean, she didn't collapse on stage. I know that. She walked off on her own power, but she did not come back. So a lot of us, or some of us online that were mentioning it was a great show. What happened to Allison, though? So we're still trying to figure that out. Like I said, I'm hoping it's just a minor thing. Maybe her dysphonia kicked in a little bit that night, and she was like, I got to leave now. But then they kind of ended the set there. And when they came back out for an encore, pretty much it was without Alison Krauss. And if you look at some of their set lists from past, whenever Alison Krauss finishes a show, they usually do a 2-song encore. For this night, being without Alison out there, Robert Plant just sung one of his old favorite tunes by a guy named Bobby Moore in the Rhythm Aces called For My Baby. That was kind of like a song that Robert Plant grew up listening to one of the reasons why he kind of got into rock and roll, and he kind of told a little story about that before he sung it, which was kind of cool. But they never did mention what happened to Allison. Excuse me. I've tried to look it up myself, trying to find out, make sure she's all right. Like I said, I hope it's nothing major. I don't think it is, because if she walked off on her own power, and it wasn't like she was doing anything, she walked off normal. So I'm hoping it's just something minor, but I don't know yet. I don't know what happened. So, but that kind of concludes the rest of the episode 7 here at hashtag we still got more rockin' to do, bitch. Another fun episode. Like I said, spread the word of rock and roll. I'm trying to get the word out. I've been seeing new subscribers a little bit here and there every week. Thank you very much. Keep watching. I'm going to keep trying to put out the content. I may even do a video on why I'm doing this, and maybe a little background of some of the concerts that I've done. Some of the people have been asking about some pictures behind me. For some of the personal people that know me personally, they've been asking me, well, what's up with the pictures and stuff behind you? And I'm like, well, I gotta explain that. Maybe I should, like I said, maybe I should do a whole video on it. But for right now, everybody, try to stay healthy, take care of your loved ones, and remember, whether it's in life and maybe going through some stuff like I am right now, and you go through some stuff, and hopefully at the end it makes you stronger, it makes you better, and you learn from your damn mistakes. And, like I said, whether it's in life or whether we're going to go to a show, just remember, we all still got more rocking to do, bitch. I don't have a shirt to match the set, but I do have my Led Zeppelin's Oh So 4 shirt on, so at least I'm in with the theme for planting stuff. Please forgive me, and don't bust my balls too bad. Thank you very much. Over and out. See you next Tuesday. Like, subscribe, bitches.